This is the simplified representation of the circulation in the atmosphere. Okay, so there are several perspectives and layers shown in this graph. The larger areas are the horizontal winds just above the surface of the ocean, and indeed the continents. So you can see winds that go from east to west, or winds that go from west to east. So for example, near the equator here, near the equator we have winds from east, mainly from east to west. Okay, and such winds are called easterlies because they come from the east, easterlies. The winds that come from the west are called westerlies. You can see winds of westerly winds. Okay? And near the poles you can see a reversal. You have polar easterlies. Polar easterlies. These are horizontal wind patterns. Okay, and these wind patterns, they create wind-driven currents, horizontal currents in the oceans. Okay, that's one. So what creates these surface currents, surface winds in the atmosphere, these winds in the atmosphere, is actually the heating or excess heating over the equator. So it's illustrated here in terms of the band of red. This, what it does in the air, in the atmosphere, is it lowers the density in the of air, makes it lighter, creates a buoyant effect where the air rises upward. It leads to cloud formation, and it creates these big cells, which are known as Hadley cells. There has a cloud formation over the equator because the air condenses, or the water vapor condenses in the air. If you lift up the air in the atmosphere, and then you have the return flow. So this is an aspect of, you have this vertical circulation cell in combination with the horizontal winds that you have. Okay. Further, at higher latitudes, starting from 30 degrees north and south, you also have cells which are called Ferrel cells. Okay, which are created in a similar sense. And these cells are very important because they distribute air from lower to higher latitudes and the other way around. Associated with that is also the formation of weather patterns, storm systems. They are all included in this system. So the relevant facts is it involves horizontal winds, which drive the ocean circulation, and it creates regions where you have a upward motion in the air. You can see near the equator. This is known as the intertropical convergence zone. Or you have regions where there is a downward motion of air. Okay, you can see at 30 degrees north and south there is a downward motion of air. And these are actually the regions where you have most desert. Also the oceans are most saline, have the highest salt concentrations near the surface in these areas because of little rainfall. Okay, so the descending air suppresses cloud formation, and if you have a lift up air masses and which are moist enough, you actually create rainfall. Rainfall is called precipitation.